So this is my third machine with a VFD. This is my index mill, 2 horsepower, and I run this machine with a inverter I have sitting up on the ram here. Please ignore the mess. I've just got back from Raleigh and everything's kind of a disaster right now. But the drive sits there inside an enclosure, and then I have multiple control stations. This is the machine control here, as well as here on both sides, and this one actually lifts off if I want to take it out, and I got a magnet on there. I can set it. I have to move the feed knob out of the way to get it off, though. At any rate, I have speed control over here, forward and reverse, and as because this is a high-low range gearbox, I have it set for high. This would obviously be reverse in low. Emergency stop, and then the speed. These two items are for the table. This controls the speed of the table and the start and stop of the table, as well as the rapid. I won't talk about that here, but the emergency stop actually also stops that as well, the way it's wired. But this also does something else, a third feature, but I'll show you that in a second. So, at any rate, when you start it, spindle starts, controls the speed, speed way up, slow way down. I believe this one will come to, yeah, that's as low as that'll go. If we leave it here, and then hit the stop button there. It also has the jog feature. This jog feature is basically as low as it'll go, and there's very little torque, so it's hard to damage anything. Really depends on the gear you're in. When I have this button depressed, so the stop button, and it's not an emergency stop because it will allow the machine to run, but it's a stop button, and I hit the start button, I actually have what I like to call a tapping mode. So there the machine's spinning at the speed it's set at. If I let go of the button, it momentarily will run until I let it go. So I can adjust the speed way down, for in this case here, go like that, let go of the button and it stops. You can use that for tapping mode as well if you are running at a slow speed. So now I have the momentary button out. Before I had this in, I had to hold it. So I had to go like that, it stopped, push the button in, and now it's running. And when I let go of the button, it stops. If I go into that mode, you can tap, but you can also do it this way. Run slow, hit the forward reverse button, and hit start. It will go backwards. It will not change direction until we hit start. So right now it's still running, even though I'm in high forward, we're running in reverse. When I hit this button here, stop, or start, excuse me, it will do that. So you can kind of set up for a tap. So that's another method of tapping that I use. Again, I can use it, emergency stop in, hold the button, you only go in one direction, which is good if you have a really critical height or something. And then I reverse it, so now it's in reverse, hit start, and it will go in reverse as long as I hold the button. The big difference is that I can, between this and jog, is that I can adjust the speed. There's momentary with the speed up a little higher, whereas jog is always slow and forward. There is no reverse on it, so that's good for sweeping and indicating and just checking clearances and things. Yeah, so that's the big deal there. This is a pot speed control. This is just a simple on-off switch. This switch up here is the pot for the table. If I were to turn the table on, it would move left and right. It's got its own independent 3-phase motor and gearbox. And then, again, that's the buttons there. I've got them all labeled. So, I hope that helps. Thanks.